Hello everyone. So this video is going to focus on speaking section pre-examination tips. So these are the tips which you need to follow before appearing for your speaking examination. And if you will follow these tips, so you will be very good in your final speaking examination, because these tips are actually very helpful and are all applicable in real life. So there's nothing that is not experienced, or that's something that's just theoretical or being just not applicable in life. So all these tips are actually very helpful. So let's get started. So firstly, dress gently. So being dressed gently simply means to dress up formally. Avoid wearing vibrant colors. Some people wear neon shades, which are actually not good, especially in case of your formal interviews. Your speaking examination is also a formal interview. Okay, with formal interview, it's not compulsory to wear, in case of boys, to wear three-piece suit. You can even wear your shirts and pants, but yeah, the color should be decent. Nextly, remember not to sound fake by copying accent. I know some people have this myth that if they speak in British or American accent, they are going to score good. But there is nothing like that. If you speak in your own accent, your natural accent, suppose if you're Indian, you're speaking in Indian English accent, you're good to go. It's not important to speak in American accent or British accent. You're good if you speak in your own natural accent, because your examiner, what he means is simply by English. He is actually not at all bothered about which accent you are speaking in. Your sentence structure and your sentence formation, that should be correct, not your accent. Nextly, keep yourself positive and confident. Being positive while giving your speaking examination is actually very important, because if you're positive, your mind will have free flow of ideas. Your thinking ability will be more and more. But if you're negative, your thinking ability simply goes zero. So try to be positive. Okay, and nextly, try to be confident enough. Be confident with what are you speaking. Do not speak irrelevant content by being overconfident. I know some people, for example, if I say some people who have been taking their training sessions and they have been scoring very good in their training session, they feel like they're going to score good in their final. So what happens, sometimes they feel they know everything and they get overconfident, and just by being overconfident they sometimes go off topic. And this is what I'm sharing with you from my personal experience. So avoid being overconfident, just be confident enough to give your speaking examination. Next, your answers should be truly yours, not copied. Some people again have habit of cramming the content from the books which they are reading for their during their training time, and they cram the answers. So avoid cramming the answers, because you can go good in your cue card, but when it will come to your follow-up questions, you are definitely going to get stuck. Okay, so avoid copying, because cue card you can speak whatever you have learned, but follow-up questions, they are actually very much related to your cue card first of all, and sometimes they connect your cue card to your personal experience. So avoid cramming, because if something you have learned, that you cannot actually be good enough to relate with your personal experience in your life. So avoid cramming. You can cook stories of your own, or you can speak whatever imaginations you have in your mind related to that topic, but avoid copying. Fifth tip for you all. So again, from my personal experience, this is what I have to tell you all. Do not change your exam region in influence of myth. I have seen some people change their exam state or city. Suppose if I say, if some person who is residing in Delhi, and he heard from somewhere that if you give exam in Jaipur, or in Chennai, you are going to score good. And he gives exam in Chennai and or Jaipur. So it's not important, because no matter in which region or state you are giving your exam in, okay, so all that is important for your exam is how you speak. Region cannot change your verbal content. Okay, so don't fall into these trap of myths which people have created. Give your exam in the location which is just in the proximity of your residential area. Do not move out of state or city. Just be in your state or be in the city where you reside or to your nearest city and give your exam there, because your examiners, they are more smarter than you. They know these myths very well. They know these myths very, very, very well, I can say. So do not fall into these traps. Next is use fillers instead of phrases. I know some people use fillers such as they say mm, well, yeah, avoid using fillers. Instead, you can use the phrases like, let me see, or I have never thought about that, but, or let me think about that for a minute. You can just use these phrases. It's not important to answer spontaneously. Obviously, it's a human mind, it's not a computer. It takes time to think, but the pauses should not be too long. 5 6 seconds pause is fine, but not longer than that. Seventh tip for you all: avoid monotone, which means pitch variations are very important. For example, if I say, my name is ABC, I live here, I have done my studies from this place, and I love to do this. What is this? No. If you are just being monotone, you're just speaking in one tone without variation. So that is actually not impressive. Why? Because if you change your pitch, and suppose if you there are variation in your pitch, that means that this person is trying to express the situation, okay, and that is very much impressive. And to be honest, that makes examiner very happy. So don't be monotone, just use pitch variations. Like suppose if you're happy, just give a big smile. Oh yeah, that was a great time which I spent, instead of saying, yeah, that was a great time I spent. So can you see the difference? There is actually a difference. If I am monotone, there is nothing at all impressive. Okay, the last tip which I have for you all: gestures are important. So what I've seen people, when I see people giving their speaking exam, they just sit straight, no hand movements, nothing, and just speaking. Like suppose they have crammed complete content, no gesture, no expressions, nothing. This is not at all impressive. You are allowed to do gesture under the table. You can do whatever you want to do under the table. If you want to move hands or whatever you want to do, you can do on the table, but not over the table, because if you're going to do these kind of gestures over the table, obviously your examiner will get scared. No, so avoid doing gestures over the table, and you can move your hands under the table, not too much, just so that your examiner can feel this thing, that no, that person that is trying to express something. So just do gestures, okay, and be positive enough. And so with this, I end all the tips which I have for your examination just before you enter your exam hall. And I hope you all will be good if you follow these examination tips. And my upcoming videos will focus on the part 1 of speaking, which is your introductory round, then part 2 your cue card, and part 3 will be your follow-up questions. So these all 3 parts are going to be in all different videos, not in one whole, because to be honest, I just love explaining things very much. So I will explain each and everything, that with patience to you all, so that all those who are aspiring to score good bands, that actually helps out to them. And I hope you like my video, and if you like my video, just like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And in case you have any questions, you can simply pin down in the comment section, or I have also mentioned my email ID in my page. You can even email me and I'll try to reach back to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for your time and all the best. With this, I end my video for today.